Okay, this is a very cheap and cheerful quick test that I'm doing for audio, but I thought I'd share it, you know, for anyone who's kind of wants to sort of up their game a little bit on the audio. If they're, you know, novices, this isn't going to be for pros because audio is a bit of it's very much my weak suit on things. This is why I'm doing testing for it. Let's just explain what's going on. We've got a shoulder rig here because I'm kind of setting myself up for an interview style affair, documentary style interview. It's obviously just on the tripod at the moment, but you know, we've got the shoulder rig with the shoulder pad and handles and all that kind of stuff. We have our Sony A7s with 24-105, which is a very nice flexible you know, lens in terms of, you know, your field of view is pretty good for interview style stuff, and on a full frame camera 24 is pretty wide, so you can get in quite close to them, and that still worked pretty well. So for our audio we have our VideoMic Pro up here, and that's set to +20 and high pass filter, and that's going straight into the side of the Sony. And then the Sony recording is set to just 4 on the recording level, so it's quite low. By all accounts, this is the best way to minimize the sort of hiss that that I certainly seem to find coming out of the VideoMic Pro. So to have your volume recording level low on the camera, but then the +20 decibels on the actual mic. Then we have our Rode NTG-2 up here, and that's shotgun mic, and that's I'll train my iPhone in the correct place, and that's running through a TritonAudio FetHead, which basically boosts the signal coming out of this mic, which by all accounts and in my experience is really quite low, and that's going into our Zoom H4n recorder, which needs a pretty powerful signal coming in. So that's, you know, again the reason for the FetHead preamp. And we have that set to, let's just have a little look. Our recording level is 47, 46, around about there. So that's the set that's all running there at the moment. So, and lastly, I've also got it's plugged into the iPhone at the moment, which I'm using. We have the SmartLav, the Rode SmartLav Plus. I'm also going to be recording with that as well. So without any further ado, let's go and record myself for this it's very quick test. So let me just stop recording on the iPhone. And how professional is this, using an iPhone? Never mind, it's fine for an audio test. And then I'm going to start recording on the new recording on the Rode Rec app. So let me just new recording, nearly there, and I'll set the level to about on the Rode Rec app. That's probably out of focus, but I'm setting it quite high, about sort of 80% across on the Rode Rec app coming through the SmartLav here. So press record on that now. So yeah, so this is a very quick test. Apologies if it's a little bit unprofessional, but it's just for audio and it's for myself really, but I'll share it if I think it's going to be useful. I'm going to be reading a little passage from the classic Dr. Seuss, One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, just to give me something to say on camera. Actually, before that, I'll do a quick sibilance test. So she sells, every time I struggle with this, she sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells on the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. It probably should be. So that's a sibilance test for each one of these mics, so you get an idea of, you know, the s-ing noise. And I'll read a couple of pages from here, and I'll do one page sort of normal speaking level, one sort of quiet, so if it's sort of slightly timid lady or something, a very sort of low, soft, you know, level, and then one sort of big booming, loud idiot kind of voice, and hopefully that'll sort of give us a good idea which microphones are sort of, you know, peaking and hitting the top, and which ones just aren't sensitive enough. The camera's about a metre and a half maybe away from me, so it's a sort of standard sort of distance I would have thought for a kind of interview type situation. Anyway, so let's crack on. So normal level. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Black fish, blue fish, old fish, new fish. This one has a little star. This one has a little car. Say, what a lot of fish there are. Go back to normal. Yes, some are red, some are blue, some are old and some are new. Some are sad, some are glad. Some are very, very bad. Why are they sad, glad and bad? I do not know. Go and ask your dad. Excuse me, excuse me. One last one, quiet one. Some are thin, some are fat. The fat one has a yellow hat. From here to there, from there, here to there. Funny things are everywhere. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Black fish, blue fish, old fish, new fish. This one has a little star. This one has a little car. Say, what a lot of fish there are. Go back to normal. Yes, some are red, some are blue, some are old and some are new. Some are sad, some are glad. Some are very, very bad. Why are they sad, glad and bad? I do not know. Go and ask your dad. Excuse me, excuse me. One last one, quiet one. Some are thin, some are fat. The fat one has a yellow hat. From here to there, from there, here to there. Funny things are everywhere. One fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish. Black fish, blue fish, old fish, new fish. This one has a little star. This one has a little car. Say, what a lot of fish there are. Go back to normal. Yes, some are red, some are blue, some are old and some are new. Some are sad, some are glad. Some are very, very bad. Why are they sad, glad and bad? I do not know. Go and ask your dad. Excuse me, excuse me. One last one, quiet one. Some are thin, some are fat. The fat one has a yellow hat. From here to there, from there, here to there. Funny things are everywhere. I'm not the best speaker or reader or anything in the world, but anyway, so hopefully that's enough. I'll put all the details of the gear and the settings and stuff on the screen at the end. But this test is more for me really. I've obviously used the headphones to try and get my levels right in the Sony and in the Zoom, but it's just me here by myself doing a quick test. It's quite difficult to speak and listen to your own voice and get the levels all right, but it's just a very quick test, so hopefully it's enough to look for any problems basically. And I'll also have each one of these microphones as they come straight out of camera, and then I'll repeat it all with my tweaks in Premiere, so probably a denoiser I would imagine on the VideoMic Pro, because that tends to have a bit of a hiss. I'll put denoiser on it, and obviously I'll normalise the levels so you can hear sort of how it comes off the card, and then what you can make it look like with a little bit of a tweak in Premiere. Okay, that should be enough testing. Okay, so that was my quick test. In summary, I'm finding I still seem to get that hiss out of the VideoMic Pro no matter what I do. Obviously the current advice is to add it to plus 20 decibels on the microphone itself, and then have your input recording level on the actual camera very low, about 3 or 4 clicks from zero. I'm still getting a hiss. It's fairly easy to get rid of that hiss, so it's not the end of the world. But it's there and I can't seem to get rid of it. So if you're thinking about buying that microphone, be aware of that basically. I think a lot of the microphones going through the preamps of the camera of any camera do have this issue. I get the same issue coming through my Canon bodies and also through the Panasonic H4. So it's not just a Sony thing, just so you know. The SmartLav. Yes, it's nice and clear. Obviously having the microphone, I'm wearing the SmartLav right now by the way, having the microphone so close to the mouth obviously cuts out a lot of that background noise, any sort of, there's a fridge in the other room, and just the reverb coming off the walls, and that kind of thing. So really handy little cheap option. Obviously if you've got more than one person talking, it's you need a mic for each person and all that kind of thing, so bear that in mind. But it is very useful, and the fact that you can just put it straight into an iPhone means that you don't need you know, a recorder as well. An iPhone is obviously I mean, most people have a smartphone on them. It doesn't have to be an iPhone. And so that's a great option that you can just, you know, pop that in their pocket. One thing to remember is to put it into airplane mode, because any sort of, you know, text messages or RF nonsense going on with the phone will interfere with any of these microphones. But obviously with the SmartLav in particular, it's going to be used in conjunction with the iPhone, so it's going to be quite close to it, so it's going to pick up that kind of you know, annoying kind of RF noise. So always remember to put your phone into airplane mode when you're doing any kind of recording. And then the NTG-2, I did try this, by the way, without the FetHead, whatever it is, the Triton FetHead. And yeah, the signal coming out of the NTG-2 is just way too weak. You have to put the recording level on the zoom right the way up to maximum, and then if it's a quiet spoken voice at the same distance that I was doing this test with, it would just be way too low. So that FetHead really does, you know, help matters a lot if you've got a sort of, you know, a bit of distance between the speaker and the microphone, or if they're just a sort of quietly spoken person, or it's you know, background sort of quiet noise that you're trying to pick up. That FetHead really does help a lot in that situation. Other option that I didn't look at here was the obviously built-in mics into the Zoom H4n, and they're actually pretty good. So that is another option. You know, you could just use that by itself. Obviously, you know, if you're doing anything for outdoors for any of these, you're going to want a dead cat. I do have a dead cat, and I do have a microphone cover for all of my mics. But they haven't got much use because I don't do a lot of audio recording, but I do have it ready for when I need it. So in summary then, I think all of these microphones are pretty good. I don't have a lot to compare it to because these are the only ones I've ever owned. But you know, I just wanted to do some testing, you know, compare them all and figure out the pros and cons. Obviously the beauty of the VideoMic Pro is yes, it picks up quite a lot. It is actually nice and clear despite that bit of background hiss. You know, if I fed that into the zoom rather than into the camera, I think it would be a lot better. I should really do that test to double check. But it's just nice and handy. You know, you can mount it onto the top of the camera. You can run and gun with just a camera in your hand with that microphone on the top, and do a pretty good job. But just be aware of the hiss, and you know, you have to know how to get rid of that hiss. Otherwise, it just sounds terrible if you don't remove it. Anyway, enough waffle. That's my summary of the microphones that I own, and I think I'm going to do a bit more practice with them and just master what I've got. I don't think I really need to buy anything else. I think I just need to practice and get better at using what I've got. So anyway, hope it was useful. Thanks guys.